That'd be brilliant. That was quality. You come out there.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Talk with Taylor with me, Alan Taylor, and we've been kindly joined here in Belfast at the 19.com Northern Ireland Open by the 19.com English Open champion, Masters champion, UK champion, 3 times world champion, the jester himself, Mr. Mark Selby. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
How's tricks?
Good, yourself?
Very well, yeah. You've obviously through to the second round here at Belfast. A great city, isn't it, mate? Nice view there.
Yeah, fantastic city. I really like it here, and great venue as well.
Been around the city? Been around, have a look?
Not, mate, no, it's too fresh out there for me, son. Coming from Leicester, I just stay indoors, mate.
It's cold up north, lad. It's cold up north. Now, I'm guessing if you had £1 for every time someone asked you about the £1 million bonus for the home nations, you probably have double.
Yeah, probably about 5 now, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, but no, it can't happen, can it? I mean, obviously, there's no such thing as impossible, but a lot of it best of sevens. I'm the only person who can win that £1 million, but it's not going to happen, let's be honest. You've got more chance of winning the lottery.
Well, if you win it, take £1, mate, you can put a ticket on. Now, Leicester's a hotbed of snooker these days. Do you reckon you've had a massive influence on that? There's obviously a few younger players, and even like Tom Ford, who's obviously been around for a while, he's starting to come into his own now. Do you think you've had an influence on that?
I don't know. I mean, obviously if I have, and then great, because obviously that's what you strive for, you know, trying to put your city on the map and obviously get the young lads coming through. You should say we've got a good few players now on the tour, myself, Tom, Ben, Joe O'Connor, Louis Heathcote, so Leicester's like the new China, mate, you know, with all these young lads coming through. I mean, hopefully they can kick on. Joe's had a great season last year, hopefully he can maintain that, and Louis' first time on the tour. Ben's obviously been around for years, it seems, and Tom's obviously showing his potential, what we all know he's had for many years.
No, it's good. I mean, I thought you were going to say it was all the great WT's influence, but I think you've just pipped him there with your accolades,
well, I
mate.
mean, he mentions it all the while, doesn't he? So I'll leave that to him. You know? Everyone's been through his club, and it's all down to Willie himself.
Well, I know one of your practice partners of late, Dave Gilbert, you actually beat in the 19.com English Open final, become one of your regular practice partners. I believe he's an actual Leicester City fan like yourself. Is that mainly due to the mascot, I believe?
I think so, yeah. I mean, like when I play him, sometimes he's been there a few times. I don't think he's been in too many games. He said, but when he has gone, he says, Filbert's his hero. Like, obviously, he watches Filbert round the pitch and he says it's his hero. So, hence why he supports him. I don't think it's for the team. He just loves Filbert.
So, is that his new nickname when I introduce him? Please welcome David Filbert.
The angry Filbert. The angry Filbert from Tamworth.
The Filbert Gilbert.
No, I mean, he's a great lad, Dave. You know, obviously a good friend on tour as well.
No, it's great, mate. It's a great final. Obviously, talking about other sports, you've been on Question of Sport a few times in your heyday. Do you enjoy that? Different type of media attention, I suppose. It's nice.
Yeah, it's good fun. I've probably been on there about 5 or 6 times now. I've done mystery guest twice. The last time I was on there, I had an absolute Western super. You know what I mean? I got my own question wrong. I got other questions wrong. Oh, it was just one to forget, but it's all good fun.
Mystery guest twice. Did you not guess the first time, no?
A mystery guest twice. Well, first time was years ago. I went to the Leicester Riders and with all the basketball players, and they've picked me up and doing slam dunks with like the John McEnroe headband on and all that. It was quite fun. And the second time was in Lutterworth, near where I live. They got me driving this big tank. So that was a sort of strange experience, but it was all good fun.
Trying to stay out of the limelight, mate. Just turn up to the club in a tank.
Yeah, I don't think too many people guess me. You know, you've got all these big celebrities, and then they put me on there as mystery guest.
Well, obviously on other sports, do you play any other sports apart from snooker?
I do play a few other sports, yeah, but very badly. Play a little bit of golf. I started getting into that throughout the summer, but not too good. You know, I hit the ball probably once every 10 shots. Lose about 15 balls a round, so it's not really enjoyable, but I do enjoy it. And played a little bit of football when I was younger at school, but snooker was the one for me, you know. I wish it was football with the money they get, but it's not to be, mate.
Yeah, but there's no £1 million if they score 4 goals, is there, or 20 goals in a season,
no,
mate.
So they just get it a month, don't they? They're on like 300 grand a week. They just get the £1 million every month, guaranteed, whether they win or lose.
Obviously, all the accolades to your name, mate. Obviously growing up juniors together, me and yourself, I'm over the moon for you, proud of you doing the stuff you're doing. But obviously with your travelling all over the world for the job, sometimes a couple of days before for the media stuff, for promoters and sponsors and stuff. How do you find that? You obviously being family man yourself, is it tough travelling?
It is tough, mate, yeah, but I mean, it comes with the perks of the job, you know. I mean, obviously, once I get to the other side of the country, wherever we are, if it's in China, I still enjoy the competitive side and being there and playing the tournaments. As you say, the travelling's hard, especially now with having Sophia as well, being away so much, but you're doing it for them, you know, so obviously you have to sort of still think of that and use it as a motivation more than anything else.
So before you go away then, what's your go-to meal before you go on a long trip? Say 3 weeks in China, you got to be having a farewell dinner, mate.
Yeah, I mean, roast, you know, roast is probably my favourite meal, so I'll probably have a roast dinner, but don't always have that before I go away, but I mean, if that was last resort, that's what it would be. It's funny because sometimes when I get back from China, I get home and Vic says to me, what do you want to eat? Like, I've been away for so long, and half the time we end up getting a Chinese, you know what I mean? She says, you just come back from there. I said, yeah, but it's not the same. You can't get chicken's feet in the Chinese in Leicester.
Okay, mate, well, thanks for joining us. Just a couple of questions before we finish.
Okay.
For the snooker boffins out there, what Snooker Q tip and chalk do you use?
Snooker Q would be Stamford Q makers. I've had it for about 12 years now and can't speak highly of them. You know, the great lads, Lewis and Paul, obviously a family-run business and very, very good. Tip would be a Century Q tip, G3, which I've tried and been on them for a few years now, really like it. And chalk would be the Tawam 2.0. And since I've been using that, I can't remember the last time I've got a kick or a bad bounce, unless you're playing against another player who's using the triangle chalk.
Do you put your tips on yourself?
No, I can't put them on myself. I have a friend back home, a lad called Tom Sheard, who puts them on. I mean, I tried it once and glued my fingers together and never tried it again.
It's hard trying to play with a closed fist,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
to be fair, I should try and do it. I mean, it can't be that hard, can it, putting a tip on? When you're away, if it comes off, at least you're there to do it yourself, where if it comes off now, I'd have to rely on Clarkie or Paul Collier or someone like that. So, luckily enough, it's not come off when I've been at a tournament.
And last but not least, mate, any advice to any aspiring players who want to follow in your footsteps?
Well, not so much my footsteps, mate. I suppose obviously a lot of the other players. But no, just if that's what you want to do, become a snooker player, obviously like commit to it, obviously sacrifice. You need to make a lot of sacrifices. Put all the hours in under the sun and practice with players better than yourself to improve.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, mate. Best of luck for the
mate.
tournament,
Cheers,
rest
mate.
of the season.